Hey there, friends. It's January 11th. I'm going to show you in this video just a quick exercise you might want to do if you're like a teacher, say an American literature teacher, but you're exploring the crown jewels. You could say the Platonic, polyhedra are part of literature, Latin, Greek, heritage. It may not be that useful in math in your curriculum. Your math curriculum may have a poverty of polyhedra, but we don't have to worry because this is literature, right? That's one attitude we can take, say in a Quaker Academy in Costa Rica or something like that. So we're pulling up Anaconda and deliberately choosing, let's see, do I have VS Code running already? I do. But what you can do even today is create a Python 3.8 playpen. Call it a sandbox or whatever. And if you go there, you'll find that not all of your toys are ready yet. They're still in the oven. They're still baking. Because why? Because 3.8 is just coming out and the Anaconda distro is running a little behind. That's not unusual. It's not a bad thing. It's just their ripple effects. When new Pythons come out, there's updating that goes on. So this is REPL.IT, not RT, IT, right? REPL.IT, REPL stands for Read, Evaluate, Print Loop. So you see here on the right side, I can get the output from running this code, which is just doing our American literature thing. The concentric hierarchy of polyhedra, right? In tetravolumes. And we do all these computations. You see the output on the right, we do the computations on the left. And what we're doing is we're cutting and pasting, and you can do this too. The code is public, open source. And go to Microsoft's VS Code and paste it in on VS Code. Now in future videos, I'll do more to update to 3.8. I'm not taking advantage of any of the new features. I'm just wanting to make sure that it works, right? So we're just going to run this thing. I've got some prior experiments on the screen. I just go Python and I call it concentric hierarchy.py, and there's that output, right? So I could go into the details of how we do these computations and so on, but that's for other videos. Those of you who've been watching this channel, you already know that stuff, and you can look ahead for more and you can look behind for more in terms of time. Now, just to review, January 11th, 2020, what's going on? We've got like global university talk, and I did find my base politics book, by the way. You'll have to go back a few videos to find where we're getting into these kinds of things. And I mentioned Prouty last time, didn't I? So I think my dog ate it. Literally not on the edge here, but this is one of the books I'm talking about. You can find him interviewed on YouTube. This was the Man X guy in the Oliver Stone movie, right? He toured with Oliver Stone. That's why you see with an introduction by Oliver Stone, right? So I often do show and tell around books here. And another good one here is Violent Python. This is just to get up to speed on some of the cybersecurity stuff that everybody is interested in learning a lot about. Python is like a doorway. It takes you into different worlds depending on what you're into. It's just kind of an executable math language. So it doesn't teach you all the math you need right away. It's like you can't learn everything in like 40 hours or whatever. There's some courses like they crash you through Python 10-hour day marathons. But that doesn't suddenly give you the keys to data science or web development or anything else, because there's all kinds of other technologies. So that's why we start in middle school getting you ready. Mr. Zed, by the way, just found him. Pretty funny guy. I'm going to just let him run here for a second. He's not like a Sophia. This is an actual guy dressed up to look like a robot, and his gestures are deliberately look kind of phony, including the expressions and how he moves his head. Whereas Sophia is at the other end of the spectrum. She's audio animatronic, kind of like a Mattel Barbie doll, kind of. And her facial gestures are very, you know what I mean, right? The Saudi citizen. Sophia Saudi. She's a machine who has got a lot of interesting facial gestures, and so that's kind of like the French were doing that a while back. Now this is not Sophia. This is like there's Sophia. So you've seen her, right? So she's like the Barbie doll, and Mr. Zed is like the Ken doll. So I recommend if you need a break for comedy. All right, we'll talk to you soon.